What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And this is Big Games BS, brought to you by thehumidor.com and ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Always be celebrated. You know, I had a great conversation yesterday on Twitter with somebody about they wanted to buy cigars. They were just like, where do I start? I said, and then I got tagged in it. And I said, thehumidor.com. Go there, type in Sports Den type in Godfather in all caps at checkout and just buy a box. Buy a box of Drew Estate, anything Drew Estate, probably acids. He's like they're novices. They're not really about that life, when it comes to that. So, which my first cigar, I actually was spoiled. My first cigar, I was 18 years old. I was with a friend, Aaron Dorn. His dad's a big time doctor. Aaron actually started a bank. Like they deal with money. It's a great question. It's a great question. Like white dude, very white, very, very, very white. Yeah, but like dope. Like it was my experiences with white people in college. If more white people were like that, I think the world racism would be gone. Like I've had tremendous luck with white people, the white people that I encounter. I've had bad ones, but I've had tremendous luck. Like, I have Tom, and I make a lot of money with Tom. That's my lacrosse connect. That's why I was gone last week. There's Big Toe. And actually, I'm gonna go even a step further. There's a you seen The Incredibles, right, Moss?
Yeah.
So there was a TikTok where the lady broke down, like, if your relationship with black people isn't like Mr. Incredible's relationship with Frozone, you need to go reevaluate your relationships with opposite races. And so what does that mean? They called him Uncle Frozone, Uncle Fro.
Right.
The Incredibles hadn't used their car in 20 years. Do you know whose voice could unlock the Incredible car? Frozone's. He comes in there, he sees the youngest one. It says, that's not like the other. Like, he's seen the other Incredible kids grow up. Do you have and I can honestly say, without a shadow of a doubt, I am that black friend to at least two white people. Probably more, but at least two. I was kicking it with Tom all week last week. And do you know what Tom told and what Brody and Quinn called me? Uncle James. Or Uncle Big Game. But like, I had Quinn was with me at the restaurant. Like, we were sitting there, was kicking it because Tom had to go scout St. Andrews, the team that we played. You know what my boys, we can't, I try not to have them call him Uncle Tom because that's bad connotations in the black community. But do you know what they called Uncle Tobe? Which actually, technically, Toby's not you don't want to be called, Toby's from what's the Roots? That Kunta Kinte, they beat the shit out of him and then finally called him Toby. But you got Uncle Tobe, and Tobe is one of the biggest white men that I could find. And actually, Kai was running around here asking, I wonder what Uncle Toby's doing. Just fucking randomly. Because that's family. I'll fuck you up over Toby Bullock. Like, dead the fuck serious. I will fuck you up over Toby. I cussed out a band director because she made Toby mad. And I didn't want Toby to get mad because he's too big to get mad. So I got mad for Toby because he couldn't afford to lose the job. And people were like, wait a minute, what do you mean Toby's too big? She's like, James, you're not small. Oh, I cussed that bitch out. Like, she said, like, it's just, I was like, because it was more so as less that because Toby can't afford to lose his teaching gig.
Right.
I can afford to lose a fucking $2,000. No, excuse me. It's $1,400 is what they pay me to coach football. I don't want to coach anyway. So for my friend to not lose his job, I'll take this heat. Don't even know how we fucking got to that.
I know.
But Gwaltney Cigars who hooked me up with the deal with the Humidor ABC. Fine Pilgrim in themselves. Scott will fuck you up for me. Scott got so mad the other day when we had a comedy show here. The person didn't show up. I have never cursed. I've cursed around Scott, but I've never cursed at Scott. I cursed at Scott. Scott got so mad that he started fucking people up. Like, or when we had the grand opening, when I told the dude cussed at me. He cussed it was to my defense. He cussed at me 3 times. Third strike, you're out. And yeah, it was wild. And I was trying to help too. So the third cuss, they told me my boy Devin Wolf, who's a member in the sub, he says I grabbed the bottle. I don't know. Devin, you can come in the comments and explain because you were there. And I don't know. I blacked out. I was ready to fight. When I'm blacked out, I'm ready to go to jail. I have no problems. Carly, Scott's significant other, basically hits up Scott and says, "Hey," and then Scott comes over there, and it's kind of like in Casino, which I just ate my blueberry muffin, where Robert De Niro gets into the argument with the guy, and then Joe Pesci comes over there, and Joe Pesci just starts smacking the shit out of the guy. Wow, like so, it's kind of like Scott's a short, stocky motherfucker with a great slap. I've seen a few of them, man. That motherfucker can slap. His slap should be up there, like in the world, in like the top tens of slaps. Slapping a bitch, that motherfucker slaps a bitch. So, anyways, I have no idea how we got into all of that, but we're going to talk about my weekend and then get into things. But here's the deal. You can go ahead and post that up there, Miles. We've been talking about this for it seems like forever, and we finally reached a milestone. I think we're at 2009. So, like a lot of you motherfuckers. So we have enough to where people won't unsubscribe and get us back under 2000. So here's the rules. Here are the rules for the competition today. We're giving away $200. You'll probably receive it about 30 minutes to an hour after the show, but you will get $200. We got to find the little the randomizer wheel thing, Mouse. So we're gonna pick 5 names. Now, here's what's gonna happen. For each like that we have on the YouTube, we will give a bonus to the second person. So one person's gonna win $200, and right now, was that say 20? Yeah. So right now, somebody else is gonna win $20. Oh, that's views. That's not likes. Hold on, my bad.
We got 17 on YouTube and 3 on.
All right. So right now,
so it is.
That means we're gonna get 17. Somebody's getting $17. Well, no, that's 17 views. That's not likes. We got 2 likes right now. So go like. Yeah, so right now somebody's getting $2. Well, by the end of the show, we'll see how many likes somebody will get. Now, if you are a member, doesn't matter which level you are, but if you're a member, was I say 12? My bad, somebody getting $12. If you're a member, you will get multiple selections. So if you're on the lowest, you're gonna get 2 selections. If you put your cash app in there, so we can see if you're a fucking member or not. It'll tell us. You'll get bonus. If you're at the all in. I think we have 4 membership levels, so you'll get 5. So you put your cash app in on that one. Now, when we roll this thing, if you're just a person who's viewing this on the YouTube, so if you're on the Facebook, get your ass over to YouTube. Mark don't give us no money. We can go see who's the subscriber in the back channels of YouTube Studio. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then goddamn it, you ain't getting the money and it's going down to the second person. And if that person doesn't have the qualifications, we're gonna go to the third person because that's how we roll here. We've done this before with the ticket giveaways. We've done this before with other different things. I appreciate you guys for helping us get to this milestone. Once we get to 3,000, we're gonna do the exact same thing for $300. So, if you want to get more money, go tell some more people to go like the fucking YouTube. If you want to get more money, another opportunity to get money, I'll tell people to subscribe to the YouTube. If you want more opportunities, then go ahead and hit the member section. While we're at it, because who is that? That beat the randoms in the top. I want everybody to go check out my boy Chris with Sporadics because he was a big part of me being able to get to this number. So Chris is 97 subscribers away from reaching $3,000 and giving away a football. Not money. You can probably trade that in and get some pretty decent coin. Chris, or keep it. I'm just saying, like, so what I'm saying is if you're an FSU fan, go follow Chris with Sporadics Media. If you're not an FSU fan, don't be a fucking hater. Just go click the subscribe button. You don't ever have to watch it. Just click the subscribe button. All I'm asking people to do. And while we're doing the show, please put up your cash apps. That's probably how I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to do it through Cash App. So put up your cash app, and it will put you in the drawing as much. Yeah. Now, if you're listening to the rebroad, I don't know what to tell you. Just push the like button, and then we'll try to get you at 3,000. We are 991 members away from 3,000. We're just 991 members away from 3,000. So check that out. Um, all in all, in my past week where I was gone, we still did the shows pretty decent. It's hard to do shows on the road. But we had I had a lacrosse tournament, Final Four. We played in a state championship game. We lost by 1. And what sucks is it's a game that we clearly could have won. And this is what I go play. I think I got the YouTube link with that. And I was like, I clearly felt like I just clicked that. I clearly felt like my boy Dennis Green. Mind you, we talked about Dennis Green a few months ago. He is one of 2 black offensive head coaches in the in recent NFL history. So when people say that they don't hire black offensive coordinators to be head coach, this is the proof of why. But he had the most epic rant about when they played the Chicago Bears, and that's the year I think the Bears did go to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman. But it was a great rant. But this is what I was feeling like after the game.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears? Would shut them down that way?
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were.
St. Andrews is who we thought.
They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
That's what we did.
Thanks, Coach. Matt Leinart will be one of the person.
If Tom would have done that, if my boy Tom would have done that, I wouldn't even been mad at him because we had him. We literally had him. We played our worst quarter I've seen us play. Like in the second quarter, like they got up on us 7-4. Then they scored the first goal in the second half, and then we literally shut them down until like a minute left. And with this goal, so we went up tied at 8-8. And the goal that they scored to win, we literally shot it 5 times at the goalie at point blank range. It just hit his ass. Like it wasn't even like it's plenty of fucking gaps. You don't have to know lacrosse to understand what I'm telling you. Basically, just imagine this. You got the game sold. All you got to do is drive to the hoop and make a layup. But you miss. You shoot the layup, you miss it. You grab the rebound. Somebody goes back up. You misses it. They grabs a rebound. Somebody else misses it. Grab the rebound. Somebody else misses it. Grabs a rebound. You shoot it out to the 3-pointer. He shoots a hard-ass 3. It bricks all the way to the half-court line. And then their guy picks it up, and it's a 2-on-1, basically. And all they do is just go, they Euro step your ass, and then hit it. And then there's like a minute left. And then you know what you get a chance to do? The same fucking thing. We had a chance to tie it up. And then with like 30 seconds left, we think it's all the despair in the world is there. We have no chance. Our guys get it's not a steal. We scoop the ground ball. And do you know what we do to the goalie? Hit him square in the motherfucking chest. It was just frustrating because you had it. Like you had it. And some of it was the goalie did make some really good saves. But at the end of the day, it's like, God damn, bro. We can't pay to get this shit right. But nevertheless, the boys fought hard. We lost. Winners get sprinkles. We didn't get any sprinkles. So we hit it late, and it's just, again, it stinks to lose like that. So, but that's what happened with us with lacrosse. Now into the sports world. I don't know where you were at this past weekend, or during this year. This is when I start to hate. Cameron and Mace. It is what it is. Straight up goodness, straight up goodness, and terrible set for people who have money. But it's just the way they talk is so New York in the early 2000s. It's like your friends who got locked up, like in one era. It's just two types of black men. Because I don't know if white people probably do this too. If you're white and you've had this happen, explain in the comments. I didn't grow up white, so I don't know. I learned about you guys through this. But when we had people get like locked up, it's a guy who was at the Cigar Lounge in Tallahassee. He got locked up in the mid 2000s. Like he lost 10 to 15 years of his life. He is living every moment of it right now. And he still dresses like they dressed when he went in. He's in a whole nother, like he manages one of those, the rapper out of Quincy for Tallahassee. Somebody who's probably from Tally would know who he is, but I've never actually heard any of his music. But when I talk about short, he's shorter than Scott. And he did some time, talks a lot, very loud, awesome guy. But anyways, he's stuck in that. And then old men, like, I don't know when it's gonna hit me, but like I think I'm gonna hit like I'm gonna wait till 50, right? At 50, I think a lot of black men just stop giving a fuck. So they dress like whatever the style was when they were 50, they dress like that the rest of their life. Like I've seen old men in Kangos and linen suits, and like that was fly 20 years ago.
Right.
But you can't say nothing because they didn't live their life. And in their pocket, they have something in their pocket that makes them irresistible to 75% of the female population. Over $200. You got over $200, men, know your worth. Somebody's struggling, somebody need a little something on their gas bill or something. Brothers, you got this. Trust me. But I'm saying all this to say is that the light-skinned empire, the golden-skinned warriors, is crumbling. They're playing the Lake Show with LeBron James, and it was great. A lot of people have been. I'm finding it odd at the hate that LeBron James gets. LeBron James has done everything right, except for be cheap. He's very cheap. But even then, people like always have the think pieces. You can't be rich by spending all your money. He's the cheapest billionaire I've ever seen. And I've heard the stories because I have a friend who used to work Cleveland and worked all the routes and everything. And they talked about him really bad. There's some things that he allegedly does, but I should have found a YouTube clip for that. But LeBron James gets hated on every fucking day. I know if I want to stir up the conversation, I just say LeBron James is great. You know what's going to happen in less than 1 minute. Somebody's going to say Michael Jordan won 6 rings. This ain't even about MJ. Let's just appreciate the greatness that LeBron is. LeBron, actually, if you go down in links, there's a video, not a video, a picture I thought I sent where, it's not that one. It's where LeBron James did not choose his nickname, the Chosen One or the King. Ron Artest is talking about how that name was given to him. LeBron James, 16 years old, playing a pickup game with Michael Jordan.
Wow.
They're on the same team. LeBron James comes up, makes a shot. That team wins. Michael Jordan makes the game-winning shot. Ron Artest says that's what MJ looked over and said, yeah, he's the chosen one. He's the next. And for all you people who just can't sit and the reason why I appreciate, because I've got a chance to grow up with LeBron through media, right? We're literally the same age. I got a chance to see his senior year in high school when I was a freshman in college. That's the picture right there, Miles. When I was a freshman in college, and I've never seen a guy who's lived up to the hype as much as he has. He has been to, was it 10 finals in his time? With the opportunity, if he beats the Golden Skin Warriors, I'm promising you, he's in the finals again at 38 years old. Like, forget the record for a second. He's played 18 years of 20 seasons, half of his career. He's been in the finals. Up until the injury year, I was looking at my Facebook. Do you realize this man has like missed one NBA All-Star game? Like the level of excellence in which he's played without a scandal. Every man in America with some access or some kind of things has a side bitch somewhere. And we all have side bitches that always never can be side. Could never just silence and be quiet. Take your L's in peace. They have to be public when it comes to. We have not seen one public side bitch, except for some bitch who lied that she wasn't fine enough for us to even believe that he would cheat on Savannah James with her. Not saying he's never cheated. I'm just saying he's the GOAT at that too. Michael Jordan couldn't even cheat in peace. This man signed a shoe deal for $100 million coming out of college. Coming out of high school. And all he's done is be dominant. And you know what happens? Somebody pokes the fucking bear. The dude who looked like a bruised banana, who's no longer with the Memphis Grizzlies, he had to come out there and talk shit. So he comes in. And then you know what you motherfuckers did after the Golden Skin Warriors beat LeBron in game 2? You had to go and say this man was washed. So what did? They came out and not just beat the Golden Skin Warriors. They beat those motherfuckers' ass. You know how bad, like 30 points in a fucking playoff game? You lose by that, you quit. Then, because people like Steph Curry, because he's light-skinned, and he looks like a child with a beard, people had to come out and make excuses for them. They're like, they don't hit the net. They didn't get enough penalties. They didn't get enough fouls. It was crazy. But you know what? This is why I like Steve Kerr, who is a champion, by the way, who bailed Michael Jordan out of numerous things so he could be who we all think. Yes. Some of y'all ain't old enough to realize this. Steve Kerr was the game when it was the shot guy. That's what he did. That back in that era, you had. Still to this day, you go to a hood pickup game, the white guys who we all think can shoot the three-pointer. But what does Steve Kerr have to say about you sassy, sorry motherfuckers over here making excuses for them?
We didn't lose the game because of the officials, so there's no point in whining about anything. There were definitely calls that we didn't like, but every game, both coaches can say that. So this is not about anything other than just our performance.
You don't get calls when you're getting your ass beat by 30. Like, it just doesn't happen for you. The Golden Skin Warriors shoot the three. They live and die by the three. They're getting old. So you can't keep doing that. But when you live and die by the three, you don't go and create points. What is LeBron James's game? Drive to the basket. You're going to get foul calls when you do that. Anthony Davis with the unibrow drives to the basket. You're going to get calls that way. This is what happens. I'm not even an NBA analyst, but like it's smart. It's just it makes sense. It's common sense. But your disdain for wanting LeBron to be even Draymond Green is telling you guys, stop turning the page on the greats. You know what people were trying to say right now? If Steph Curry beats LeBron, is this really the Steph Curry era of the NBA?
They just want that talking point so bad.
Yeah, you just want this man who's done nothing to you but be every expectation, single parent household, become a billionaire. Like, he's the fucking American dream. He is the person that we should be honoring him like Mike, because what we don't know really, I don't think of people my age or the 90s babies. Well, we don't really, Michael Jordan was the first ever athlete that was marketed directly to us. He had us drinking that nasty ass Gatorade that was orange and yellow. It had a nice song. Sometimes I think that he is me. A full-length feature film. in Space Jam. The Jordan brand shoes. The commercial was filmed by Spike Lee, the hottest movie director at the time. WGN is the only local cable television station that is literally nationwide. We got WGN in Tallahassee. So while I couldn't see everybody else, I could always see Bulls primetime. It is not that, and then, but it's no disrespect, because you know what Michael Jordan did? He lived up to that. He scored. He did his thing. They were very, very good. But you know who else has done that? LeBron. They call him the chosen one. He's got the scoring title. He's got the championships. He's got and then what's really good, what's really, really dope about him, actually, before we even get into what's really, really dope about him, I want to keep shitting on the Golden Skin Warriors. Can you play the camera? Because this is why the Golden Skin Warriors are really losing right now. It's because of Jordan Poole. Do you know who Jordan Poole is? Jordan Poole is a guy who came up and had one good year. And y'all want to exalt and you want to anoint him. But then you know what he did what every young African-American does when they get a little bit of success and some money. They go and try to get the hottest female vixen, thought, whatever it is at the time. And this man went and spent $500,000 allegedly on a date for fucking Ice Spice. Now, 90% of y'all don't like James. Why would he go spend money on If You Want to Be My Lover? Them women old right now. That's the Spice Girls. I said where you're coming from. Ice Spice is some chick who's from the Bronx, who raps like she's British and talks about munches.
She came up with the word.
Yeah, she came up with the word. But I'm gonna be honest with you. She's like that she's that thick chick in high school that was fine as fuck. But like now when like you go to the reunion, she's as wide as she is tall. Nothing wrong with that. Big girls need love too. What I'm just saying is that she was bad, but she is like a few Tostinos or Tostinos pizza rolls away from just like looking like, you know what? If you are a young man and you were growing up and you learned about sex through adult educational videos, there's a star, an educational star by the name of Pinky.
That's funny. I knew you were gonna say
Pinky 20 years ago was amazing. I saw a picture of Pinky now. Pinky been to eat, I can tell you that much. But I want to listen to, sometimes this is where our elders can't help us. And what I want to do is I want to listen to our elder Northerners discuss Jordan Poole and why he's no longer any good.
$500,000 on the Ice Spice date.
He's a munch.
You're a munch and you're playing like a fucking munch. This is not you from last year, bro. Go back to Milwaukee and figure it the fuck out and get back in the playoffs because you look crazy. It's because I had your back last year.
Yeah.
You got niggas out here talking about, yeah, what was all that Jordan Poole shit you was popping? You fucking
Yo,
munch.
chill.
Nah, you're munch because I got his back.
Order
See,
in
a
the
lot of
court.
niggas don't know Jordan Poole was in the G League.
Yeah.
And then he had to come back, and I'm like, yeah, nigga got his just due. Now you a munch. I better see a fucking difference. Because let me tell you something, what Steve Kerr is doing, this is what Steve Kerr is doing. He's putting you out there against the niggas your age. Ja Morant's killing you.
Yo, get him a towel, killing you, sweating too much.
He pissing me off. I'm sick of that
This
nigga.
nigga Jordan Poole, I knew he was bugging. This nigga did an in and out and ran the nigga over. I said,
Yeah, because he's erratic. Because what happens is this. What happens is this. When you start dating the Ice Spices and the people, they say, boo watching. Boo watching. Let me get all crazy because she don't give a fuck. She's from the Bronx, bro. Fordham Road. Have you been to Fordham Road? Jordan Poole, next time you go to New York, go around Fordham Road, Concourse, High Bridge, South Bronx. You gonna see what you spent $500,000 on and be like, yo, I was wild.
You was wild. You could have got her a pizza.
Yeah.
You could have got a pizza.
He could have bought a pizza.
You could have definitely got a slice of the soda.
Yeah.
That shit would have been cool, man. Cut it the fuck out, bro. I didn't mean to go that deep on Joe Poop. I'm sick of this shit. With him.
Yeah.
Man. Let me get my Michael Irvin. Let me get my Michael Irvin.
We coming
pat
back to you.
Because the old heads like would be like, yo, this chick could have like this is who you spent half a mil on. You could have got her a slice of the soda. She would have been.
Golly. Wow. So,
It's like when a dude from the big bit like went to college and they like, man, I got this girl from Quincy. And I'm like, yo, you got a girl from where? It's kind of just like every area got their own places. Like I couldn't imagine spending $500,000 on a chick from Holton Street. Like, man, we could have got her a 4-piece white from Shingles Chicken Shack, and she would have been thrilled with life. Like, this is the problem. That's okay though, because the market is relegating itself. We ain't got the PPP loans no more, and ain't nobody getting those what's some checks that they was giving people during the COVID, the pandemic. Like, ain't nobody getting them no more. So like, $40 is about to be $40 again. Shit. It's not even about the bread. Like, it's not even like, it's the principle in this. Like, but
Jordan Poole got all that money. So.
yeah, but that's the problem. That's all money does is when people say like Kanye acting like a weirdo. Kanye's acting like who Kanye was. All money does is enhance who you are. So if you was a weirdo broke, you're gonna be a bigger weirdo with money. Like, it's one thing to also, because I believe in you should spend money on your woman. I'm not that. You should. On your woman. Not a new one.
Yeah.
But like, if that's your girl or like in your rotation, you should spend money on her because you want the pussy positive. You have enough, Jordan Poole got enough bullshit that he got to deal with to go and get some negative pussy. You need the pussy positive. So if the pussy's like behind on her rent, she's not positive. It's fucking up your chi. So you need to go get your chi right so that you can get, if you got your G's right, you can get your chi right. But that being said, the guy who keeps positive pussy around him and LeBron James, because Savannah James is just immaculate. She is just what? She needs more think pieces written about her and who she is.
Right.
Because both her and LeBron are doing the American dream, both from poverty, both are being phenomenal parents. And what LeBron, as he was going and getting his team to a 2-1 advantage, he said the most new age black fatherly thing that you'll find. Where in a world where they're saying we ain't shit, we don't exist, and all these other things, LeBron says, my son is going to be the first person in our family to go to college. I can't lose. I couldn't have lost today. So where a lot of people like, and this is what people, what Michael Jordan would have done in this moment? Fuck them kids. This is my day. This is my day. Michael Jordan not giving his sorry ass sons no guidance. That's why one of them is with fucking Larsa Pippen, who's been used and abused and passed around. One thing I'm never doing is following up Future. If you men these days, you need to ask the chick, has she been with Future? If she's been with Future, abort mission. You don't know what she's done. I've listened to his rap songs. She could have been done anything. I don't even know what East Atlanta chick means, but that apparently is not a good thing. I don't want to know what East Atlanta and the chick is. But LeBron, in the moment, praised his son, Bronny, for doing something. He committed to the University of Southern California. He's going to have all kinds of endorsement deals. He's doing what you want to do as a father. He set it up to play, not just for him to be able to use his daddy's money, but to be able to recreate and make wealth on his own. That's the generational wealth mindset. It's not about me making as much money so that everybody else can chill out. It's about me making as much money that's showing my kids how to make money. Had a conversation with my oldest son. We were talking about he's I don't know, this motherfucker been here before. because he doesn't like banks, and I 100% understand why he doesn't like banks. He wants to see his money. This boy got like $500 stashed in the pillowcase. I'm gonna rob his ass so he can learn how the real world works. But he's just like, we were talking, I was like, son, you know, this is a bank. I showed him my brokerage account, which I get 4.65%. But try to tell you guys, get on. If you only have, I had one person argue with me. He's like, well, if you you have to put $1,500 in the bank to break even every month. If you only got $1,500, this ain't for you. You don't need to be worrying about brokerage accounts and investment accounts. You need to keep stacking your bread. I'm not bashing you. I'm just telling you, don't worry about this kind of shit. But if you got more than that, like what I have, I put this in here and I was showing them, like, hey, this is what dad expects. If he doesn't put any more money in his account, this is what I expect to make just by putting my money here. And I can still spend it. And I say, and dad has it on his debit card or his credit card. You know what happens if I lose my credit card? Say what? I get a new one. So you know what happens when you lose your $300 to $500? You can't get that shit back, son. So we was explaining that stuff. So like me, in order for me to have generational wealth, I can't just be the one person. I have to train those who are after me to want to do this. Because that's how it works. Because what if they don't want that? That's how wealth is lost. That's the difference between these things. But what I see in LeBron James is a man who had to learn many life lessons. A man who learned life lessons and found some people to the left and the right to bring up with him. Even though I almost whooped Maverick's ass, Maverick's his guy. He also has can't think of the other one, the one who runs the sports agency. He has all these different people that he brought up through his greatness. Then he's looking at his son. I think Savannah James is going to become the icon once LeBron steps away from the court. I really believe like she's going to be like how we see Michelle Obama everywhere now. Michelle let Barack, be the president. But then after that, she came in and operated in her own. I think this is the blueprint for relationships. Again, I'm not saying that their shit is perfect. I'm sure they have arguments. I'm sure she's fucked somebody else and he has too. But what they did is they're looking at the bigger picture. You know who they remind me of? Jay-Z and Beyonce without albums rapping about their personal life, which I believe those albums were bullshit. I think it was a ploy because women was out here drinking lemonade and don't realize that lemonade that Beyonce was pretty damn sweet. And then Jay-Z came out with an album the next year, 444, having dudes crying and reevaluating their life, lying to us. And then they came out with a joint album.
Right.
Both did concerts, sold out arenas, sold out stadiums, and all for the gossip because that's what everybody else was giving their opinions. But again, LeBron James, over the last 20-some years, has been nothing but amazing. And I joke about the Golden Skin Warriors and Steph Curry and my hatred. I really don't hate Steph. I hate his wife, but I don't hate him. And I only hate her because, again, this is why you got to keep the pussy positive. When she went on the Red Table Talk with a bunch of other harlots, they're over there talking about, she's over there saying she wants some attention. And you know what happened that year when she said she wanted attention? She snatched she fucked up her husband's mentality, and LeBron went over there and started fucking his ass up in the playoffs, came back down 3-1. Now they won last year, but I mean, right now I think I really want LeBron to succeed. I want Steph to succeed. I think they're both great. I appreciate both of their greatness. I think we would have a lot more fun with sports if we weren't so afraid of change. I think that's the biggest thing. When Jordan was coming up, everybody was hating on Jordan, saying that he would never be Kareem. He'll never be Magic. He'll never be this. And then he ended up exceeding expectations. And now we have LeBron and the same people who are in the old head barbershops having these discussions about MJ with the old greats are now fighting every day with MJ. And then Kobe is just, Kobe's an afterthought. And which sucks because Kobe's actually, really good too. The only knock on Kobe that I told somebody, one of my female friends got mad at me, and I'm sorry, female offend you. I'm not changing. I'm not gonna stop saying that. Like I don't mean bitch by that. If I wanted to call you a bitch, I call you a bitch. Trust me. But she was just like, "Why do you hate dislike Kobe. It's because Kobe's a snitch. Kobe went in there and got jammed up for Colorado rape, and then the first thing he did was threw Shaq under the bus and others. I was like, that's not how this works, bro. But on to what I really would like to talk about more is Florida State and the ACC and score projections. I should have thought, like, apparently you could do a whole show about potential wins. You know why I know that? My man Chris with Sporadics had about 150 people on an impromptu live breaking down FSU's schedule and the win totals. And we're not going to go into all of that, but we're going to go talk about FSU. And before I go into that, I want us to just, again, giving people their flowers while they can smell them. This is a Jordan Travis, like this is like we say this is a Don Staley fan account. This is a Jordan Travis fan account. Jordan Travis. The story is just so great. Do y'all realize they said this motherfucker couldn't throw the ball? A quarter, like when he first got there, they was like, he's just a running back with legs. Do you know how bad it is to be a quarterback that can't throw? He came in under William Jerome Taggart. Then they brought in him, and then there was James Blackman. Then I think it was the Wisconsin transfer. Wisconsin transfer comes in. That motherfucker can't throw the ball. And they said Kendall Browse wants to play this guy. Kendall Browse wants to play Jordan Travis, but he won't. But Tag won't let him. So they fired Tag. You know what Kendall Browse doesn't do? Still doesn't play Jordan Travis. He plays him to run the ball. And he scored a touchdown against Boston College. It was his first play. He scored a touchdown against BC. It was dope. Then they come in. Mike Norvell comes in, and Jordan Travis is ripping it up. But then Mike Norvell brings in a guy with one leg, Mackenzie Milton, the Disney story shit. And nobody believes in Jordan except for one guy. This was what was wild. The offensive coordinator, now the head coach at Arizona State, Kenny Dillingham, told me, James, Jordan Travis, with average athletes around him, is a Heisman Trophy candidate. He told me that. And then that year, they went and started whipping ass. They went 5-7. Excuse me, the year before. Yeah, they went 5-7 that year. And then obviously last year they won 10 games. But if you get the videos, I mean, go back to that one picture so we can see. And there's a lot of them under this. But like, just Jordan Travis can't throw. But like, look at these dimes. And this is just, I just want y'all to appreciate Jordan the way that I appreciate Jordan. All right, let's see this right here. Boom. For those listening. I'm going to give you this play-by-play in a second. Jordan drops back. He's on his 25. He throws a dime. Boom, one-handed grab. With the guy in his face. Should have been helmet to helmet. That was definitely targeting. Definitely targeting. And my guy that's a 35, excuse me, from his 37-yard dime. Us or nobody ball. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Getting smacked. That guy tore his ACL not too long after that, too. So ball don't lie. That's what as they say. So if you go to the tweet, go down to the next video, because there's just some great videos in there of just Jordan Travis just doing what everybody said that he can do. And then the rivals keep saying this dumb shit. Like, well, you can't throw the ball. He's just a running back with legs. And then you see stuff with throwing the ball. It's another great example right here. I don't know if they can see that or not. All right. Get here, show y'all this again. Just Jordan Travis, Jordan needs some appreciation. Like Jordan. Who's that? I guess Duquesne, but we beat the fuck out of them. But nonetheless, right now we're on our 45. Low snap, still carries out the fake, and he throws the ball. Probably should, if that wide receiver would have been a little bit faster, probably could have felt more comfortable leading him. But, it was good. Still good nonetheless. You don't want to overthrow it. First game of the season, you're already blowing them out, third quarter, blah, blah, blah. That's another good throw. Let's show one more. What's this again? Now we're going to show two more. This is against the University of Florida. Now we're seeing the running back part. See that? Just see. So when he wants to be a running back, he can be a running back. And then that's just nasty. Just look at that burst. Like, man, they should do it this way, and you can't touch this. Look at this. Oh man, look at this corner. Corner just throws it. Boom. Just us or nobody. Nasty. That's against Wake Forest. They beat us. We ran out of time. But again, that's throwing the ball. This is Clemson running the ball. Do they have the Miami play? Oh, this is the one where he breaks like 1,000 tackles. Matt, I was like on the field watching this. I still can't believe he did that. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to outrun this angle. 6. He tried to pull his flag though. 7. 7 missed tackle. Oh, here's this. Oh yeah, and you know who's the main people talking about Jordan Travis can't throw? And don't push. I want you to I want us to breathe this one in. Miami fans always like to talk about him. This is in the first quarter. 1st and 5. Miami just got a penalty. I believe we had got a first down or something like that, like right before this. So we hadn't ran many plays. Now, if you look at the top, like right now, I want to coach people up. It's the top of the screen. That DB is already baked. The safety's going to try to help him. But you know what Jordan Travis does? He throws the ball, and good things happen. Push play. And pokey. Just runs by him. My man had on cement cleats. He never stood a chance. It's kind of like one of my favorite quotes is Adrian Peterson. I believe he's talking about, I forgot who he's talking about, what quarterback. But he's like, but he got very zesty and sassy with the quote. They're like, when I seen him throw that ball, that's kind of every time I see Jordan Travis, I'll be like, when I seen him throw that ball, that's kind of what I want to say every time. So this is Jordan Travis Appreciation Fan Account. Man, there's just so many more clips, so many plays. We could be here all day. I could do a show on Jordan Travis throwing the fucking football. And it would be a 2-hour-long special. But nonetheless, still with Florida State. Michael Pittman got a chance to go on. He entered the transfer portal. He's going to Utah. Wish him nothing but success. I'm not going to give him a backhanded compliment so that he can kind of come back at me on Twitter like one FSU beat reporter did. Called him slow. Now, if you didn't know, you don't know, but Michael Pittman tore his labrum. Now, for those who don't know anatomy and physiology, you have 4 labrums on your body. Basically, it's where you also have 4 limbs. So now you can imagine where your labrums are located. So your 2 labrums up at the top are with your shoulders. Very easily to repair. A lot of blood flow to these areas, larger areas. The way your arms and your shoulders move, they could get dislocated. A lot of bad things can happen. I've had a labrum surgery on my shoulder. But one thing I learned this because we used to have Southeast Orthopedic as a sponsor, and Tua had his with his hip injury, had his labrum was a part of it. And so what Doc told us is that there's look at your hips. You know what? If you've had one of those dolls, if you had a G.I. Joe or you've seen the bar, you know what the hardest limb, if you've been an evil terrorist to your sisters and you broke apart their dolls, you know what the hardest part of the break apart of a doll is? The hip. So there's a reason, because in human anatomy, it's not supposed to detach. So when you tear that labrum, it's very difficult. It's painful. So he goes out and he gives them these accolades, but he says very slow receiver, blah, blah, blah. So he comes out there, says, you try running on a labrum. I'm sure you couldn't do it. He says, well, I have a torn labrum right now. It's hard it's in my arm. And he's like, well, that's not where you're at. But sometimes that's why you should just shut the fuck up and not be disrespectful and just let guys go on. Michael Pittman made all the dirty plays for us at wide receiver. Just the grunt work. You like guys like that. I hope he recovers very well, and I hope he does well at Utah. Because you know why? Utah ain't got shit to do with Florida State. So good luck to Michael Pittman. For those who don't know, Florida State, I don't think we talked about it on Friday's show, but Florida State also has a top 10 offensive line right now. And again, another fan bases be wanting attention. At SIP, my thoughts. Florida State fans were talking a lot of cash 2 years ago when when Travis Hunter chose JSU over them. Now 3 of their guys have transferred to the mountains, meaning Colorado. I wonder how they're feeling about their beloved Seminole alumni right about now. And we love FSU. Fuck Dion, but it's always been fuck Dion. Fuck Dion with Magic's dick. How about that? But again, I wish Bishop Thomas nothing but success. But Bishop Thomas, none of y'all knew who the fuck he was. You didn't know who he was when he was a recruit. The only reason I know who he is because he was like literally to go through high school with one of your front teeth missing and not have anything, like just to be snaggy all day. Like that takes, you're a dirty individual. So I was hoping the best for him. Like not dirty, like a bad, like that's what you want your lineman to look like.
Right.
North Dakota State just had a guy, offensive lineman drafted by the Bucks, I believe, who literally missing his two front teeth. Just like out here just wilding, just smiling. I love that. But Bishop Thomas never did anything for us. Brendan Gant was not a starter. He was like the third string. He was a special teams guy, which nothing but the best for him. D-Mac was going to be a rotational defensive end, which nothing but the best for y'all. But when you really sit back and look at the wealth of riches that Florida State has, we don't need another piece to be a playoff contender. But we're still doing that. We got cut my little. Actually, I can't call him cuz. I guess I could, but I'm like 15, 16 years older than some of these guys. So I got to call him nephew now. So nephew, Keon Coleman, wide receiver for Michigan State, came on a visit. Now, there's this mythology in recruiting, Miles, if you didn't know. Every school has this thing. Florida State has this thing where they only allow recruits to wear all white if they're like a commitment. So like you'll see other ones, they'll have the garnet, they'll have other out, but nephew got the all white fit on. So everybody's excited about it. I've heard nothing but good things about cuz coming. Little nephew coming. I hope he does. Very good wide receiver, another guy who can complement Johnny Wilson. He's not a game breaker, but he's another possession receiver. We still need a guy, but that's where Jaheim Bell, who was a tight end, but he's a matchup nightmare for your linebackers or safeties. But we also got some guys that I think can probably play with Pokey Wilson. So if you saw that video with Pokey Wilson torch the Miami guy, that's the guy we got to replace. Once we find that guy, Jordan Travis has a shit ton of weapons to be able to come in and if we can get this guy right here, it'll be an embarrassment of riches. Let me see something real quick. I want to know. I'm gonna pause real quick for the calls just to let you know that we are giving away $200. You got to make sure you put your Cash App in there. If you're a member, you get extra benefits to it. But we are also giving a bonus to somebody who once we get the likes up. So whatever the amount of likes we're getting, that's how much money we're giving to the second place person. So we got 31 in the chat, 32. Oh, we got 32 likes. So if you can probably add some more likes, that means somebody getting $32 on top of this. So let's try to get that, bump that up to 50 if we can before the show ends. So we got a couple more topics that we gotta go. It might run a little long, but a lot of shit happened, and I took some things off. But let's just get to the FSU win total. So if you go down to on 3 miles, this is the win totals for everybody in the ACC. And I clicked on it myself, but like it ain't popping up. Okay, whatever. Here we go. So right now, per DraftKings, Florida State is projected to win the ACC. They've got us at 10. They've got Clemson at 9.5, UNC at 8.5, Louisville at 7.5, Miami at 7.5, NC State at 6.5, Syracuse at 6.5, Duke at 6.5, Pitt at 6.5, Wake at 5.5, BC at 5.5, which would be a big jump. Virginia Tech at 4.5, even though that should change because they just got a really good defensive end out of the transfer portal from UF. Georgia Tech at 4, Virginia at 3.5. They'll be the worst team in the ACC. So Chris with Sporadics did a really good job. You go check that out. My guy's I think he said he's 93 away from 3,000. So let's go get him to that 3,000 mark. They went through and it was based on the fans' participation on that. And they all picked the schedule. I personally think 10 is the floor for Florida State. I think Florida State wins. I think Florida State, if Florida State beats Louisville, beats LSU, Florida State wins out. And I'm going to put right now, and if this happens, I will have probably one of the greatest shows ever. I don't think North Carolina is going to be as good as what everybody anticipates. I think Drake May will be everything that we think, but they don't have any defense. And I'm not sure about Clemson. I know people that's a thing that people don't want to admit, but like I'm not sold on Clemson. I think Louisville might fuck around and be in the ACC championship. Got a good coach in Braum. Got some decent players in the transfer portal that they picked up. And I think they can eke out with, and there's, again, what I always tell people, it's not about the roster as much as it is about the schedule. If you look at Louisville's schedule, you can see a 9-win team on that schedule. And I think 9 wins is good enough to potentially get you into that second place seed in the ACC championship. I may end up doing a short or doing another video kind of similar to Chris where we do a breakdown of FSU and I believe the top people on their schedule that can potentially be in the ACC championship game. It's always a need for more content, especially this time of year. But we saw Miami. I definitely want to break down Miami's thing because I know Miami fans, y'all be roasting me on them shorts, man. Y'all get real mad about y'all coach twerking and shaking his ass and your quarterback with a 1.15 to 1 touchdown to interception ratio. But I'm just sorry. Those are the facts of how things are laid out. But DraftKings also did one for the SEC. I don't know how you don't have Georgia at 12, but I guess you got to do you never know what can happen. Georgia's winning. Georgia ain't getting beat. Alabama 10.5. I can see that. LSU at 9.5. But Florida's at 5.5. One better than Vanderbilt, who's at 3.5. So they think Florida is 1 away from being the worst team in the SEC. So you're competing for last place, Gator fans. I know you feel proud about that. Skip that. Man, I might just that's tough. You know what? We'll just go with this. I don't even want to talk about the Jags and Super Bowl. We'll do that on another one. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. You are finally doing what we all expected you to do on the Olympic year. And you're doing it in your own way. She no longer has that bullshit around her. She's out here just winning, and she finally beat the Jamaican gold medalist. And she's really operating in her own. And now people are like, well, now she's going to get her sponsors back. I got news for you guys. And this might segue me into that. I hate the discussions like this with women because I don't mean anything by it. I just want you guys to realize that you're getting the equality that you wish for. Nobody holds the hand of men who suck. Winners get sprinkles. Sha'Carri, however you say it, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I know people get upset about that. I misspelled Brittany Griner's name the other day, and I said, I'm sorry, sir. But she lost, and she lost bad, and she got in her head, but now she's doing what she needs to do. And people are like, well, it's going to cost extra. Duh. Go get your bag. Nobody wants you to not get your bag. Think about it like this. We talked about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant did not rape the girl in Colorado. I think he probably tried to put it in the wrong hole without asking, and that gets you in trouble sometimes. And but he lost his Adidas sponsorship. He lost a lot of sponsorships. Tiger Woods didn't even do anything. He didn't do anything bad. He just cheated on his wife and lost his sponsorships. He was actually the victim. Tiger Woods was the victim of domestic violence and lost money. You know what happened? Those men, they didn't fucking cry about it because nobody gives a fuck about men when they get assaulted and things like that. They got back on the grind. And you know what they did? They got a bag. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with Miss Richardson. She's going to go out there. She's going to keep performing well. She's going to win. And she's going to get a bag, and rightfully so. But what I want y'all to stop trying to do is write these fucking think pieces and think this is misogynistic and people hate women, because and there are aspects of that. I'm not telling you that that doesn't happen. It's just like racism. There are tons of aspects of racism, but everything ain't fucking racist. And everything ain't fucking sexist. This is one thing about track and field. It is not, what do you call it? It is not no gray area. You either win or you fucking lose. There are no referees. There are so you can't say, oh, the referees cheated and one person got to go faster than the other person. It is literally head to head. There is a time. I always tell people like, well, I ain't getting those track scholarships, bitch, because you don't run what they need you to run. They say they want 10.5 or better. Well, now I think it's like 10.3 or 10.2 or better. If you run an 11, they're not going to recruit you. It doesn't matter how many races you want. You don't meet their times. Sha'Carri did not meet the standards. Now she does. Now, like, people were investing in her when she wasn't meeting the standards. Now she's meeting. When she was meeting the standards, she stopped. They pulled their money. Now she's meeting them again, and now the bread is going to come. And I hope it does come for her. Now, something that I'm not sure is racist or not, but we gotta talk about that because that is new. Go to the second. How do you say that? The second link, so we can go. We'll go on. Actually, no. Click on the first one. That was funny. It was funny. Actually, you can play that. Go ahead and put that up, Miles. I'm sorry. This MFTK moment of the week. I had to play because you heard Miles laughing. So and the person who put this, again, this is the problem with America, the pussification of children. Like kids need to get bumps and bruises so they can learn where to not go and where to not go. Where were the parents in this? And this kid right here almost hurt himself and lost the race because your badass kid couldn't stay where they were supposed to stay at. And I'm mad at the person running the race for not plowing through the kid, but push play. What'd you say? The kid jumps on this track, and boom, guy tries to avoid the kid, and the kid still gets kneed in the head. And it keeps going. Got to run the race. You know why he's going to lose his race? Because the rules state that you cannot run out of your lane. He was blowing out the competition. He tries to avoid this kid, and it's probably still going to be a DQ. When he could have just ran through the kid and won the race. Winners get sprinkles. That kid will recover. I used to tell my clients when I was training at his center, they would have people walk on the track all the time. They had to walk on the track when I have elite athletes sprinting. And I saw a couple of them, I said, man, if you pull up, I am going to slap you in the back of the head again. They're like, coach, we don't want to run. I said, do you know what happens when you pull up? You get a chance to pull your hamstring. I said, fuck them. Run them over. They'll heal and they'll learn a valuable lesson. Don't walk on a track when people are running. So that badass kid needed to learn a lesson. But anyways, the guy who needs to learn a lesson is there are words that you can say and words that you can't say. We still are dealing with this. I was with a bunch of white people all last week. Warmed my heart. These kids walked out to Dreams and Nightmares, the new Negro national anthem. Do you know not one N-word was said? And Meek Mill uses the N-word in there, especially when the song gets out of hand.
You gotta really know the song to be able to censor yourself at the right moment.
Which is fine. But my thing is, people know right and wrong now. So we're gonna play this in reverse. So this is what happened. No, like play the other part first. So if you just hear this, you don't know what this guy's apologizing for. You're thinking this is fucking snowflakes. This is what my conservative white friends would say. When the most snowflake people in the world are my conservative white friends. But this push play. Let's listen to what the guy has, because I didn't hear this part. I heard the other part. I'm curious too. What is he saying? What is he apologizing for?
Welcome back to Kauffman. Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium. I just want to, a little bit earlier in the show, I said something didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, and I just wanted to apologize if it sounded different than I meant it to be said. And like I said, I just wanted to apologize for that.
He say that
Hold up. I just want everybody to understand. I want everybody to understand. He said the word. It didn't come out the right way. It didn't. His apology was it did come out the right way, the way I intended it. Blah blah blah. All right, now let's listen to what he actually how it. It's not just that he said the word, people. It's more to it, but I want you to hear. This is a place that's near and dear to my heart. If you've been following us for the last 3 years, I respect the fuck out of the guy who runs this museum. But push play. You got to get the sound because he's about to. I think. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did he put his hand up on the emphasis? Okay, now I gotta see this. This is different. This is amazing.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a
Now, I want to say 2 years ago in February, I had that same exact experience. I understand why he had a phenomenal experience. I went to the Negro League Museum for 4 hours, and then I went to Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. The Negro League Museum is one of the best I could.
he wanted to say Negro League. He's so affirmative. The guy's eyes closed, pounding his chest like
I hit that one.
Wakanda.
I knocked that one out of the park.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Anchorman when he put when they said Ron Burgundy will read everything on the teleprompter. He said, "I'm Ron Burgundy and fuck you, San Diego." Boop, boop, boop. We killed it. Great
Nigger League Museum.
Great show. Did you Ron, what did you say? What do you mean? That's fuck you. Boop, boop, boop. Like
League
that
Museum and Arthur.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you go to the Negro League Museum and you go to Arthur Bryant's Barbecue in KC, you'll have this same reaction. You know what you're gonna be around? Nothing but what he said. But what I'm saying is because Kansas City is what I found out is the Midwest is one of the most racist, not racist, but excuse me, segregated. The Midwest, nobody can talk about the South. At least in the South, we know what we're getting. It's more mixed in the South than it is anywhere else. I went to Kansas City the first time. Miles, when I tell you, I was looking for him. I could not find a black person where I was originally at. I found one, and he was mad at me. He looked at me like, "What are you doing here? It's only one black person allowed here at a time." But I was in the white section. They had redlining. A lot of people don't know about redlining. Redlining is basically where black people were not allowed to buy property. Like it was illegal. That's why when people keep saying we've had affirmative action, bitch, it was literal laws that said we couldn't kick it. Like it takes time. It was hundreds of years. These laws were there. They don't just sprinkle this magic pixie dust and the shit just goes away. But his defense, it might as well. I think somebody they call it a nigger line. It's the train tracks. When you cross the train tracks, boom, nothing but black people. And you know what two prominent museums are where nothing but black people are? The two things that black people really can get credit for. There is a jazz museum and there's the Negro League Museum. As soon as you cross the train tracks in Kansas City, Missouri, that's where it's at. I've been there. And when I was looking at it, I'm like, man, I know what he was trying to say. And I think I know what happened. I've been around, and like I said, I started the show saying I know great white people. Nobody likes a good racist joke more than black people. You know who tells the best Jewish jokes? Jewish people. I'm hanging out with a Jewish guy today. I won't repeat any of them. Let him say them. You know who has some of the best racist jokes about black people? Black people. You know who has the best fat jokes? Fat people.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think what happens when we go into private conversations, people make jokes about things, and sometimes people do off-putting jokes. And I think the joke was that we're going to visit the Nigger League Museum.
Oh, that's so smart.
And they said it over and over again. And so where subconsciously, he allowed that to slip. I don't know this man. I've never seen this man before. I don't know if he hates black people. I doubt it. I think he probably likes black people. Obviously, he likes barbecue. Arthur Bryant's Barbecue is a black man's barbecue spot. I will say this, though. I stepped back and I looked at who this means the most to. And that's Bob Kendricks. Bob Kendricks runs the Negro League, the Nigger League Museum. And I was like, what does Bob have to say about this? I was like, I'll get offended, or I'll follow Bob's lead on this. And what was funny, the only thing I'm mad about is this. I won't get into specifics, but I said something that wasn't intended the right way. Like, you just dropped the hard ER. Like, it wasn't even Nigger League Museum. It was the Nigger League Museum.
You think it's worse than the Braves guy who called it the bad word for gay capital of the...
Way worse. He wasn't trying to get Roe out there and hang the gays. He was just making an observation. Atlanta is the gay capital of the world. 1 in 4 people in Atlanta is a gay black man. 1 in 4 people, not 1 in 4 black men. 1 in 4 people in Atlanta is a gay black man. I witnessed that firsthand, and them motherfuckers is aggressive. Like, regular heterosexual black men ain't shooting shots at black women the way that black men are shooting shots at heterosexual black men. It's a little terrifying. I understand women's point when it comes to that. An aggressive gay black man is a little intimidating. So I can understand how you feel about, but this right here is a little bit different. Bob Kendrick, I'm aware of the, oh, damn it. Okay. I'm aware of the unfortunate slur made by Glenn, whatever his name is. I welcomed Glenn to the NLBM yesterday and know he was genuinely excited to be here. The word is painful and has no place in our society. And while I don't pretend to know Glenn's heart, I do know that my heart is one of forgiveness. I hope all of you will find it in yourselves to do the same. The A's went over the top, suspended the guy. And, rightfully so. I don't know how I feel. Like, I really just, I don't know if he should lose his job. I don't know enough about this guy. Oh, but if the guy lost his job for just making an observation, then this guy has to lose his job too. You know what? Oh, we said hard F. Hard. Oh, funny YouTube piece. Yeah, I'm sorry, people. Like, this is going a little long because we're gonna have to do our giveaway here soon. But these 2 white men were on the podcast, and this came up. He said, "Man, I used to use the hard R all the time when I was growing up." And another white man his face was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, man, it was the 90s. We were growing up. People used it. We didn't know what we know now." He's like, "I've never used the hard R. I've never used the word before in general." And he keeps going on. They're going on about 5 minutes about using the hard R. And then all of a sudden, he's talking about the R being the word retarded. And then the other guy's like, "Oh, I never seen somebody look more relieved that he didn't have to cancel his best friend, but for a really, really bad reason, because that word is bad too, but it's not that." He was just, "What did you think I meant?" He's like, "No, I never." So that's kind of what, I guess the only part about me that's really kind of like scratching my head about this is, how do you use that? Like that, you can't even blame rap music. No, rap music doesn't use nigger. You may not understand the difference. Maybe he's one of those grammar Nazis. Like, I don't know. But bottom line is, you can't do that. But to end this, I want everybody to realize this: side chicks is winning. I heard an old head say this: when you go to a good steak restaurant, do you just order the main dish? I said, no. He said, that's right, because no main dish is good enough without 2 sides. And nobody exemplified this more than the new king of England, because there's a new queen of England. And you know what she was at one point? She was the side chick. And now she's the queen. If you stick around long enough, women, you can be the queen. and sometimes even being the side. It just all depends on who the man is. Like if you're with a dude who's I guess like Ebony K. Williams said, if you're just with a regular ass bus driver, you probably shouldn't be a side. But if you're with like if you're with LeBron and you see Savannah, that's the queen. Be the queen in your own right. It's a mentality. But I will say this to leave you guys on this though. Men, don't be too trusting of women, including your sides. There's a famous rapper. I don't really know any of his songs, but I know of him for getting his ass whipped in Buffalo by another rapper that I had never really heard of. But his name is Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs is in a relationship, or was in a relationship with a porn star. Got her pregnant and ghosted her. But what she did was what a lot of women do when they're scoring. They'll scorched earth, which I don't understand how any of you feel this makes you look better in the situation, because it doesn't. Sometimes your L's need to be in silence. So she puts their whole thing up there, the conversations and blah, blah, blah. But then she drops this bomb. And this is why I always tell guys, man, that freaky shit, you better be careful, man. Because Freddie blocked her. And I think if you could push, I think I sent that. Like I want people to read the venom, because women believe revenge porn. It's the last. Oh no, if you go to the notes, it's one of the last ones. Women believe revenge porn only works to save them. Yeah, that one right there. And if you want to know more about it, go look at trending topics. Spready Gibbs. And she's like, blocking me on Twitter while I have a picture of you spreading your ass cheeks.
Wow.
It's insane. Spreading your asshole on the phone is insane. I'm going to spare them that one, though. I have so many questions. One, she could be lying, because women do that at times. But to even type this makes me believe that she might be telling the truth a little bit on this one.
Real.
And she's a porn star, and he might be a freak. Some of y'all are freak ass nut bulls. It threw me off because I have friends in my group chat, because this is, hopefully the kids are in school, so y'all ain't watching this. Don't watch this with your kids. Not the last part of the show. The Lola Bunny challenge. Men, go look that up. Women too. Send your man a Lola Bunny challenge picture. Trust me, he'll love you forever. And for whatever reason, some freak ass nut bull decided to write a graphic of Lola Bunny stepping over somebody and then squatting down. Like she's about to sit on the face. And so, but you see the rabbits in this. So women were doing this. It was kind of like the red light challenge. And it was, it was a lot of stuff going on. But I have friends who, like, their whole thing is, I want to see a pic. I want that thing to wink at me. It's men are graphic. Men are graphic. Facts. I could get it from a man's perspective. I don't understand what part of a woman would want to see that from a man. Like, I don't understand. Don't tell me actually, if you want to tell me in the comments, fine. I'm not going to read them shits. Don't DM me to tell me what it is. I don't understand it. But as a woman, why do you have this picture? Like, wouldn't that be women talk about red flags all the time. That would be a red flag to me if because he pitching and catching. That's what I would think. But what's wilder is that she's pregnant with this man. She's a porn star. And she was pregnant with this man's child, and she was still working, just like Drake. And then now Academics hates Freddie Gibbs. And Academics is a weirdo, and now Academics is taking this and just having a field day with it. Be careful with who you're sharing those freaky thoughts with. Like some shit, you just got to take it to the grave. But anyways, has anybody put their cash apps up?
Oh, they are.
Okay, so this guy, we gotta get these cash apps in there, and get this thing going. While Miles is looking up that stuff right there, it's appreciate everybody for helping us get to that 2,000 mark. Right now, I think we're at 2011 when I looked at it right before the show. Hell, I might start sharing some of my favorite things from 2011, but we may end up having I got to keep this up so we can keep the live comments.
Okay, so I'm gonna put everybody's name on the list. If you guys haven't said anything in the chat, especially if you're a member, go. So how do we do members? What are the rules? What they get?
Members get an extra one. Most of these are just give members two
Okay.
extra ones. Looking through some of these people, I'm a little disappointed in some of them. Just joking. I don't really care. You got you want me to read these all?
Sure.
You got Hale 2882. Or just put Hale, that's fine. And yeah, Straight Jack. We'll go back and check them out.
Are they in the chat?
Yeah. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, put it like this. No, all right. Devin, DVON. Jeffrey. Adrian, she gets 3. Nah, that's fine. Just get a shorthand. And then you got Jeremiah. We got Jonathan. Nah, I'm about to give you a member right now. Robert. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, Ramon. And Robert's a member, so give him 3 total. Charles is a member. Blake. Bad if I'm going too fast. No, Blake is 1. With Dubs. He's 1. Wayne. Andre Aundray. Tanisha. Ramon. Yeah, he's 3. No. Rosalind. FLA, yeah. Just 1. Yeah. Damien is 3. Tupac. Can't be listening to me that much if he's got that name. He probably would hate me. Brian. Duranta. Daronta. Well, that's a name. Yeah, 1. Charles. Yeah, put Charles GEE. Till Dog. Prime Time. Yeah, Charles Walker. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We got that's I'm looking at the live chat. You got so we got 34. So what we got is a $200 giveaway and a 32. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw 4 names. So when we get the name that wins, we're going to pull it out. Did you see anything else in there? Or is somebody on? If they ain't on, if you're not on YouTube, it doesn't, like, you can't get it. YouTube comments.
Yeah.
He just has a he just subbed. They didn't give a Cash App name. So I can't really
Okay.
that's the problem, is that you gotta have a Cash App name. I got all the all right, we can put Mark in there. Yeah, if Mark says he wants to sub, we'll give you that.
Oh, that's cool.
Jefferson. Appreciate you, Domo. Now, here's the other thing, too, guys. Once we get to 3,000, we will do the exact same thing. We'll give away $300 and then the likes. So where are we at with likes? So we're giving away $200 right now and to the winner, and then $32 to the second winner. So what we're gonna do is though, we're gonna make sure you fucking subscribe to my goddamn channel. So we're gonna check you out, and then we will make sure. Obviously, if it's a member, that's easy. It shows it, but we'll check it out. So all right, let's go ahead and click that spin. No more. Hold on, let me see. All right, yep, no more entries. Oh, did you put Jefferson in there?
Jefferson. Yeah, I
Vontae?
got
Boy, you lucky, Vontae.
Vontae.
Y'all lucky I went back and looked. No, all right, it's closed now. All right.
Is he just a single?
Yeah. Oh no, Vontae's get 3. Vontae gets 3, my bad. He's sub. All right. Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure y'all can see it so y'all can know there ain't no favoritism here. Nobody was able to come in and weasel their way into this. This is all random. Oh, they got the little. Let me figure out. Let me go look at Straight Jack. That was obviously one of the names. So just write that down. So we'll qualify Straight Jack, and then we got to take him out or her out. I don't really know how we. Oh, that's Jeffrey Bell. Straight Jacking is Jeffrey Bell. So Jeffrey Bell, we right now you got $200 until we qualify. All right, let's get that. Get that next one. All right, now we're going to the next one.
Oh, we got this. Again?
Jesus fucking Christ, man. God damn, man. Ramon wins everything, man. So if Straight Jack checks out Ramon, then you get the $32. Well, yeah, $32. So let's pull 2 more. For just one more. Because we know Ramon checks out. Ramon's a member too. So remove Ramon. And the last one, we'll probably still give this, at least we'll give something to this person, membership, or we'll give them something. Let's go ahead and push that. Damien, he's a member. Damien, we'll give you a. We'll talk. Damien, do you want a tailgate ticket? I don't know if Damien's paying attention still or not, but Damien, we'll give you the tailgate ticket, MFTK hat. We'll give you something. Or if Tupac is not Tupac, is that wasn't Tupac. Straight Jacking is Jeffrey Bell. If Jeff is slipping, then that 200 ain't his. If I were him, you better go make sure you subscribe, motherfucker. But other than that, man, appreciate you guys for getting us over 2,000. It's been a milestone. It's one of my goals for 2023 this year. Now we're on to 3,000. Once we get to 3,000, we'll give away $300 and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll have other giveaways that we're doing. This is this helps with my sponsors. You guys are tremendous. Appreciate you guys for doing everything. Is that somebody else commented? I'll give. You know what? All right. Let's do this. Let's go 2 more. Damien, just hit me up. I'm sure you follow me another. Hit me up in one of my DMs, Damien. We'll talk about getting you something, bro. I don't know if you want game tickets or something. I'll hook you. I'll make sure we get you hooked up. But go ahead. Let's get 2 more. We'll give away 2 more, and we'll give away memberships with that. I'll figure out how to give away memberships. Can't get. You know what? I know what I can do, Vontae. I will give you a Cash App for your membership level so that you can stay a member 1 more month. How about that? And get 1 more. Huh? I guess it's giving Robert's obviously Robert. Do 1 more. Let's see if we can get somebody. I'm trying to get somebody who ain't a member already.
All right, this one has to be someone who's not a member. Oh, there we go.
All right. Where's Jonathan at? All right. So Vontae, Robert, what I'll do is we'll get your Cash Apps down. I'm gonna Cash App you your membership so that hopefully you'll be a member again next month. So that'll help you with that. Jonathan Gaskins. That's who Jonathan is. Jonathan Gaskins will get you a membership. And Jeff, we will Jeff and Ramon, y'all should be squared up before noon today. We'll make sure we square you guys up. But appreciate you guys, as always, for chopping it up with me. This was fun. Love doing giveaways. Appreciate the ideas, any topic ideas or anything else. You guys make sure you hit us up. And other than that, see you guys next time.